Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of El Magnifico's Home Theater. Continuing with my Harry Potter movie marathon, and now I'm very close to the end, reviewing Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Yes, man, this movie just got me. I think I still have, yep. Sorry about that. Just finished watching it, so here's my review for it. I have forgotten how boring they made this movie, at least the middle section. Again, I mentioned this before, book is always better, at least when it came to the Harry Potter movies. A lot more in the books than there is in the movies, but what they've done with the last book, book 7, The Deathly Hallows, was split it into two movies, which, seeing this again, realized that I don't think there was a need for it. There's a lot of stuff that they couldn't done away with. They added a scene of Harry and Hermione dancing that came out of nowhere. They could have done with that. They couldn't emphasize the fact that they spent a long time looking for the Horcruxes, or spending time in the wild hiding by other means, like title cards. Or showing other ways of the passage of time. But aside from that, those are about the only things I don't like about this movie. Everything else is right about the movie. So this being the last chapter of the Harry Potter saga, I'm not gonna call it year 7 because they technically don't go back to Hogwarts. They're in fact in hiding. So the movie starts with Harry saying goodbye to his aunt and uncle and his cousin. They go away. Hermione says goodbye to her parents and erases their memory, so they don't know her. And of course, Ron and his family get ready to fight. And then all the Aurors, well, not all the Aurors, sorry, let me rephrase that. The Order of the Phoenix comes and gets Harry out of Privet Drive. And they go to the Weasley's home in preparation for the big brother's wedding, who, by the way, that it's played by Donald Gleason, who you may know from the new Star Wars movies as General Hux. So yeah, General Hux was a Weasley. Anyways, moving on. So this is essentially Harry's journey to find the Horcruxes, so that they can defeat Voldemort. So the Half-Blood Prince ended with Harry discovering that the locket that he and Dumbledore had discovered was fake, but then they find it. It was stolen, and somehow ended up with Dolores Umbridge, who you might remember from Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. So she has it. She was wearing it. So Harry, Ron, and Hermione had to sneak into the Ministry for Magic, which is now run by the bad guys. And they go and get it. So after that, they can't go back to their hiding spot, so they go and start spending their time in the countryside, hiding in different areas until they can just figure out a way to destroy the locket. So yeah, and then Ron leave Harry and Hermione by themselves, and then they go into the place where Harry was born, where his parents die, where Godric Gryffindor was from, Godric's Hollow, and that's where they find Nagini pretending to be an old lady, uh, and they escape. And Harry's wand gets broken, and then they figure out that Grindelwald, who you might know the name from the new Fantastic Beasts movies. In the last movie, that was the guy that Johnny Depp was playing. So he, Voldemort is looking for the Elder Wand, and then uh, uh, Ron comes back, saves Harry because Harry's trying to get the sword of Gryffindor that Dumbledore left in his will for him from a frozen lake. So they find it, they use it to destroy the locket, and then they get captured and taken into Lucius Malfoy's home, which is where Bellatrix Lestrange is also residing, since she's Mrs. Malfoy's sister. And she realizes that they have the sword of Gryffindor, so she thinks it was stolen from her back vault. And then Dobby comes back and rescues them. And that's the part that made me cry. Spoiler alert. Dobby dies. Now, having said that again, because of all the changes that they made from the adaptations into movies from all the books, Dobby is unfortunately one of the parts of the books that was always cut. Dobby is the house elf that Harry helps to free in the second movie, Chamber of Secrets. He used to belong to the Malfoys, and Harry sets him free. And then in the books, he appears pretty much in all of the books except for the third one, I believe. He starts working at Hogwarts and all that stuff. And a dear friend of mine said that she found him annoying, which can be true, but I found him endearing. And so that's you don't see him on screen on the movies until this part one, and that is unfortunately when, again, the spoiler is when he dies, and he dies pretty much rescuing Harry and the rest, and Bellatrix does it again. So we're not a big fan of Bellatrix Lestrange. So yeah, that's the story of the Deathly Hallows. Oh, and then Voldemort discovers that Dumbledore was the owner of the Elder One, which he was looking for. Oh, by the way, I almost failed to mention that the Deathly Hallows come from a story that Hermione reads in the movie once they go and visit Luna Lovegood's father, Xenophilius, I believe his name was. Oh crap, I didn't do my homework. I didn't find out the actor's name who plays him. He's the new character in the movie. But anyways, so here's his picture, here's his name, and he tells him, Harry sees that this mysterious sign that looks like a triangle with a circle and a thing. They want to find out what it is, and they find out the story about the three brothers, and that's when they discover that the Deathly Hallows are the Elder Wand, which Voldemort is looking for, the Resurrection Stone, and the Cloak of Invisibility. They all belong to death and whatever. So those are the Deathly Hallows, hence the title, the Deathly Hallows. So Voldemort is looking for the Elder Wand, which is supposed to be the most powerful wand ever made, and he discovers that Dumbledore has it. So the movie ends with him reclaiming that wand from Dumbledore's tomb. So yeah, that's how it ends. So I will actually give this movie, even though it got a little boring, but it covers a lot, I will give it 3.5 stars. No, you know what? Just because Dobby always breaks me. Granted, I know Dobby from the books a lot more. As a person that's used to watching the movies, you saw him in Chamber of Secrets. You probably didn't even remember him when he showed up in this one. But to me, his death was always gets me, man, right here. Also, Hagrid dies. Harry's out. It's another spoiler. Sorry. So yeah, I give this movie 4 stars, 2 thumbs up. Just one. Excuse me. So there you go. I will see you on the next video when I cover part 2 of this Deathly Hallows. Until then, may God bless you all. So long. Thanks for all the fish. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DL Magnifico. And see you on the next video.